Bomas here with Usborne Books and More. Today I want to share with you some great picks for elementary age and up nonfiction. We have first 1,000 words in different languages. We have everything from Chinese to Latin to French. These are great categorized vocabulary building books in those languages, which are really fun if your child is interested in that. We also have this reference book collection. This is my favorite. This is the Famous Composer's Reference Book. So you open it up and it's going to give some nice biographical information about the composer. But the greatest part is many of the composers have a QR code. So they can scan that and they can listen to different selections of that composer's music. Also in this series we have the Human Body Reference Book, which is going to be similar. We have one on astronomy and space, and then we have one just on classical music in general. We also have the best art books. These are two of my favorites. Famous Artists is kind of similar to Famous Composers. It's going to give a little bit longer bio. So the bios are going to be maybe 2 to 4 pages. It's going to have great timelines and representations of that artist's work. Famous Paintings is going to give you a great representation of their work, as well as what made that work special. How did that artist create that masterpiece? Both of these books, all of the Usborne art books may contain some nudity, so just be aware of that when you purchase. This is the Usborne Outdoor Book. If you have a scout or a child that's really interested in making campsites or hiking or just being out in nature, this is a great book. Similar to this, we have the Usborne Chess Book that also came out. We have several books that kind of talk about science in more of a narrative format. This is the Story of Inventions that covers some inventions you've heard of and some wacky ones that maybe you haven't or you didn't know the story of how they came to be. We also have the Story of Science. For older readers, we have our Discovery Adventure series. These are great nonfiction books that have lots of fact boxes and information. We have drones and special forces and artificial intelligence and extreme sports, spying, survival, lots of fun titles for older readers. If you have an elementary age child, this is my #1 recommendation. This is our children's encyclopedia. This is nothing like the encyclopedias when I grew up. It has everything from history, science, everything you could possibly imagine, geography. But what I really love about it is it's got these great QR codes that you can scan for more information. These go to Usborne sites that are monitored, so they don't have any ads, they can't go anywhere else. So I can feel good about giving my 8-year-old this book and an iPad, and I know that he can't go anywhere unsafe on the internet. This is only $15.99 for this great encyclopedia that every home should have. We have some great illustrated books. We have the illustrated science or math dictionaries. Any term that you might need to know for homework or just for a child interested in science or math, these are fabulous. We have a Not Your Everyday Illustrated Thesaurus. We have an illustrated dictionary, and we have an illustrated grammar and punctuation. Great references. If you have a child who loves history, we have some great history books. This is Timelines of World History. I love this one because it's a concurrent history, so you can look at a time period like 1930 and you can see what was happening in Europe in that time, what was happening in Africa and the Middle East and Asia and the Americas. And it just goes all the way through history. It starts in the ancient times and goes all the way up through the 1990s. Time Traveler is another one of my favorite history books. It's about a boy who puts on a time-traveling helmet and he goes to ancient Rome and the Vikings, and it's just really fun. This is a classic Usborne book that's been around for quite some time. My son really enjoys that book. If you have an older child or even yourself that is interested in world wars, this is a fabulous book about World War I and World War II. It is a very large book. It's got lots of beautiful pictures, and it's just written in such a way that it's so understandable, just with snippets of information. I read this book myself and just learned a lot. I think it'll be a great reference when we are in high school age as well. And then last but not least, I wanted to show you our 3 encyclopedias. This is our, these are definitely for junior high and up. Probably the easiest one is our world history, but I'll let you take a peek inside both. Our science encyclopedia is definitely geared more toward junior high and high school. It's very, very thorough. Again, there's going to be QR codes that are going to take you to websites or videos more in depth of that topic. The world history encyclopedia is a little more accessible to younger children, fully illustrated, lots of timelines and fact boxes. We just love all of these books and use them quite frequently, and the kids just love to look through them. Just a note that any of these encyclopedias do kind of contain some evolutionary thought. So if you have a differing worldview like us, just be sure that you are ready to talk to your children about that. So hopefully you have enjoyed seeing some of these great nonfiction picks for elementary age and up.